I have to make sure they're all live before I turn the start button on. Not that anybody recording's going to see that or anybody's even on here yet anyway. So, yeah. Today is week 6, day 7. Last day of the recovery week, last day of the first segment, technically. I kind of considered the end of last week, the last week of the first segment, because it was the last day we did any type of real workout. I mean, I'm not saying the stuff I did this week wasn't real workouts. I mean, I tell you all the time that Turbo Jam videos are real workouts, and they do a good job for what they're doing, and kind of got the results to prove it just for the 1 week of just doing Turbo Jam videos. Granted, I'm sure a lot of that's obviously what I ate. Not really. I didn't really eat all that great last week, especially on Thursday when I went to Taco Bell. So yeah, this is the end of the first 6 weeks. The first 6 weeks is the end of the first segment of the year-long routine I have set up, which is the 1 of 30, one set of 30 reps plus a recovery week. I don't know why I do that. I have to stop every week for the stretch. What was I saying? I'm late again, as always. I gotta stop watching The Walking Dead at night. Not because it's scary. I mean, it can't be scary at times, but it's supposed to be. But because I won't turn the damn thing off, because I get so wrapped up in it. It's put together so well. Nobody give me spoilers. I'm only on season. I'm in season 10. I believe there's like 6 episodes left or something before the end of it. But they're not coming out until like later this year. So April was the last current episode, and then they have like 5 or 6 more episodes to come out later on. So yeah, I'm currently, I think, not quite halfway through season 10. Yeah, it's a good show. Unfortunately, I won't turn it off until I'm like half asleep and I miss half of what's going on. So I'm like, I have to turn it off like that. So anyway, this being the end of the first segment, like the complete end of the first segment, I have my results. I had to write it down. They're on my phone, but I had to write it down because my phones are being used for lives. So I started this journey. It sounds like it's this big thing. April 11th was my first day. Okay, my birthday was April 10th, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking look like this anymore. I'm 44. I'm tired of looking like this. I know exactly what I need to do. I have all the equipment. I know what to eat. I'm tired of being lazy and depressed and whatever because I look like shit and feel like shit because of that. So especially because I know what I'm fucking doing. And like I said in the beginning, I don't really look like I know what I'm doing, but if you compare the first week to this week, yeah, he knows what he's doing. So when I took my weight and my measurements, I just did one measurement. I'm not worried about everything else yet, but I hopped on the scale. My scale, just so you know, also reads body fat and BMI. I'm not worried about the BMI because the electronic scale BMIs and BMI in general really isn't a good. It's a nice generalization of how fit you are, but it doesn't work great because the proper way of doing it, I believe, is you take your height, your weight, the measurement around your wrist, and there's some calculations. This body fat scale really doesn't do anything but your height versus your weight. So if your weight goes down, your BMI goes down. If your weight goes up, your BMI goes up. I believe that's all it really calculates for. So even if I get down to like 2% body fat and I start gaining weight, my BMI is going to go up. I think that's how it works anyway. So you really can't judge BMI on certain things. It's just for girls who are, say this proper way without being offensive or sexist. Fuck it. Women with a large top are probably going to have a higher BMI than women with a lower top, even though the rest of their body is exactly the same fit-wise. So, doesn't mean they're out of shape, it just means they're well endowed, I guess. I'm saying that in a respectful manner, just to point out things. So, I'm not getting offended by me talking about that. Or gentlemen, bodybuilders, okay, who, let's just say somebody my height, 5'7", is a bodybuilder. He weighs 200 pounds, okay? Actually, I'm 190. So somebody standing right next to me weighs 190 is going to have the same BMI, but I'm considered obese. Well, they got 2-3% body fat, and they're ready to go into a competition. So BMI is not really a great thing to go off. It's a nice generalization if you're looking to lose weight, but if you're looking to put on a lot of muscle, it's not really a good judgment of how fit you are. At least that's the gist I get from it. So but yeah, it reads the readings that you get. I also write down my water percentage, because water percentage on the body fat scale. I lost all but 2 people. That's how it goes. But the body fat percentage basically reads the resistance of the electric current that it sends through your body. And the more water in your body, the less resistance that your scale reads. So the lower your body fat percentage will be. So I could swig like a liter of water like after I do my reading, and my body fat percentage will go down, even though my weight will go up because I just put all that water in my body. But basically, muscle has more water in it, less resistance than fat does. So it's kind of also a generalization, and I don't take that one 100% to heart. As long as it's generally going down, it's good. Okay, it can fluctuate, it can stay the same. I've seen it. Just in a matter of 5 minutes, I have seen it read higher than it just read, and then jump back on later, it reads lower than it reads. It's just for fun. I've also done the water thing, and I've seen it change. So, unless you're doing the actual hydro whatever, where you're being dunked into a water bath, you're not going to get a 100% accurate reading on your body fat, but those scales are a good guide. Okay, I just treat those as a guide. But anyway, when I did all that on the first day, the day before, on April 10th, I weighed 201.8 pounds. My body fat was 32.5%, and the measurement around my stomach or my waistline, just below my belly button here, which is the widest part of my body where my love handles sit, you can see it there. Was 46.25. First segment is done, first 6 weeks is done, so I am down to 190.4 pounds, so I lost 11.4 pounds in 6 weeks. My body fat percentage this morning read 27.4%, 27.4%, which means I am down 5.1% body fat, again, roughly. Just an example, I dropped like 2.5–3 pounds last week, and I was at 27.6, so I only went down 2.4, so or 2.2% in 1 week according to the scale. So, and I've seen it drop higher with losing less weight. So again, it's just a guide, all right. But overall, and roughly 5% body fat. That's pretty good. And my favorite part, I am just under where I wanted to be. I wanted to be a ½ inch a week, but so I started at 46.25, so 46.25. I am down to 43.5. So I lost 2 3/4 of an inch off my stomach. Waist, whatever you want to call it. in 6 weeks. So now just for the kicker on how I say, like, again, I know nobody has made fun of me for it, even though I keep saying you're probably gonna make fun of me for doing these girly turbo jam workouts. They do work. I went down from last week, it was 44 and a quarter. I went to 43 and a half, and I ate a lot of Taco Bell. Not a lot, but one big meal of Taco Bell last week. I had frozen food, frozen Asian food out of the freezer at Giant Eagle. You know, so that sauce is like sugary. It's got preservatives and stuff in it. I didn't eat as healthy as I did the rest of the time, but I lost more this week, probably because I did some more cardio than I did the rest of the time. And I was able to do my workouts uninterrupted because I didn't come over here and just start chit-chatting in between exercises because I'm following the video. So, but if you're just starting out and you don't have equipment, you don't want to go to the gym just yet because you don't feel comfortable or you're not ready yet, which I will encourage you that if you don't feel comfortable going to the gym just because there's people there, go to the gym. Suck it up, go to the gym. If you can't work out at home, go to the gym, and go to a real gym, okay? I mean, if you want to go to Planet Fitness and put your headphones on, ignore people, and be in your own little world and eat Tootsie Rolls, that's fine, go there. There's nothing wrong with that place as long as you're utilizing it properly. So I don't like Planet Fitness. Will never ever step into Planet Fitness. But it's better than not doing anything. However, I do encourage you to go to an actual, real gym or fitness center. Local's your best bet too, because you're going to have a smaller clientele that are going to eventually, you're going to get into this routine. You're going at a certain time, they're going at a certain time, you know, and eventually you're probably going to make some friends and get some help from people that already know what they're doing, and they can help you out, okay? You'll get to know the staff, and they can recommend someone to follow. Obviously, a lot of them are going to try to recommend fitness trainers, which cost you like $100 an hour, which is why usually when you sign up for a gym membership, they put you with one of the physical personal trainers for your intro class. They want you to sign up to work with a personal trainer. That's how they make their money. Nothing wrong with that, but if you don't need it, you don't need it. If you do, I would utilize it if you could afford it. So they are expensive, and they are independent contractors typically working inside the company. It's kind of like getting your hair cut. You know, a lot of those salons, those hairdressers are independent contractors, and they rent their booth. So we're ordering DoorDash. You know, you're ordering through DoorDash, but I'm an independent contractor bringing it to you. I don't work for DoorDash. So yeah, but they usually set their own rates. But yeah, just if you go to a gym, you're going to find a lot of people who are going to be willing to help you. You know, you're going to start making friends or acquaintances there, and they can help you get back in shape. Or you can find anything you want on the internet to help you. You don't need a lot of stuff. You can go to Walmart and get a couple sets of dumbbells for less than $50. Get a yoga mat for $10, $15. If you need one, you don't always need one, but I would recommend one if you're doing any type of yoga stuff. Because your feet and hands will slip. They'll still slip on the mat a bit, but not as much as they will on your carpet. And it just makes it a little bit softer to sit on if you got hardwood. But yeah, you can use dumbbells. You can use a pull-up bar. You don't got to spend a lot of money. You can get some equipment at home, and then you can get Beachbody on demand or something along those lines, and they have a plethora of exercise videos that work. Trust me, they do work. I have a bunch of the DVDs here before the on-demand stuff came out, so I've done them, and they work. It's just my problem is I don't stick to them. So, yeah. So, I am happy with my results. I would like it to be quicker, but we all would. But according to the CDC, like, they fucking know anything. Anyway, most experts say losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. And if you think about it, 6 weeks, I am almost 2 pounds a week on average. Is ideal because the people who usually lose 1 to 2 pounds a week are the ones who typically keep it off. You can lose more faster. If you are a lot more heavy set, you are going to lose weight faster. You know, while I'm sitting here struggling to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, somebody who weighs, say, 400 to 600 pounds is going to drop probably 10 pounds in a week, especially their first week. You know, if they're putting the effort in, obviously. But as you get smaller, it's harder to get that last little bit off. So I have taken off more weight. Like I said, last week I dropped about 3 pounds this last week. So that could be partially fat. I wasn't putting on any muscle because I wasn't really doing a lot of muscle work. I really wasn't doing anything. I was hitting the 5-pound weights and doing the turbo sculpt thing. It's not really made to put on muscle. And then obviously body functions and shit like that also account for losing weight as well. So all kinds of things play into the factor. But my routine 8 years ago, which is just kind of a more advanced version of what I'm doing now, I was dropping 3/4 of an inch on average a week and 3-4 pounds a week. And I went from 44 inches, which is about, you know, a little bit more than I am now, which is kind of cool, down to about 34 inches here. And then went from 195 to 155 in 3.5, 4 months, something like that. So, needless to say, when everything changed, my schedule and everything else, I kind of got off it and then went right back to this. Not right back, but it slowly came back. And then I tried again, and then it didn't work. And I tried again. It worked. It would work, but I would stop. Okay? I would I get up late. I gotta go to work. I'm not doing it right. I gotta stop. I injure myself, or I get sick. That's usually what happens when I stop, is I will get sick. And when I get sick for like a week. I get sick for a week because it comes on hard. But I usually only get sick once a year. Of course, that usually happens when I start doing extra stuff, which makes sense. And I get sick for like a week or a week and a half. I try to come back down, and I'm still lightheaded and nauseous, and I'm like, I can't do it. So I go back upstairs. And then, of course, my slight OCD type shit that I have, it's not really, I don't really think it's OCD, but I have to start it on Monday. Always. Or at the start at the beginning of the month. Or at the start on something. Like start in the middle of the month. Like my birthday fell on a Sunday, but that is a good start. Because it's Monday, I know it's the middle of the week, but it's the day after my birthday, it works. And I came down. I don't know why I'm making weird noises. But I don't know why I have to have that. So the next thing I know, I just get off schedule. I'm like, then I'm like, fuck it. Now I'm just gonna wait until this time. Well, now I haven't been eating right. Now I gotta go start buying food again. And I'm like, and it just gets off schedule. Then I forget about it. Next thing I'm just eating McDonald's and shit every day and laying on the couch. So that's my issue with working out. And that's why I don't go to a gym. It's because I get in these weird ass cycles, and next thing I know, I'm paying $15-20 a month and not going. And it happens every time. But 8 years ago, my schedule changed. I had a friend who really wanted me to help him out. He would go, come to Gold's Gym, come to Gold's Gym. Nothing wrong with Gold's Gym. My benches are Gold's Gym. I like Gold's Gym stuff. I like the place. But he's like, I work at Gold's Gym. Come help me out. I need to lose weight. I've been trying to lose weight. And then I realized his problem. He wasn't actually working out. He was just basically sitting on the machines. You know, he'd walk on the treadmill for like 10 minutes. And then he'd go over the machines and just kind of do the lightest weight possible. I'm like, dude, the fuck, you got bigger muscles than I do, and you're lifting like not even a tenth of what these girls are lifting over here. That's why you're not losing weight. You're not working. So I try to help him out, and after one session, he's like, nope. I'm like, you meet me tomorrow? No. Why not? What you're doing is too hard. Obviously, I dropped 30 pounds in 3 months. What do you fucking think? It's going to be easy? No. So next now I have a gym membership that I'm not using because I can't figure out how to work it around my new schedule at the time, which was different than what I was doing when I was down here. So I work out at home because it's convenient for me, and I have everything here instead of spending monthly bills on a gym that I'm not utilizing, because I have the stuff down here that at any point in time I can come down and use it. And I really don't have too much of an excuse because I don't have to go to the gym, I don't have to make sure I look good. I can have holes in my shirts, you know, my pants, my shorts can be ripped. Like these ones here, the string is only attached on one side. So even though I'm recording, that's a different story, but again, you hear me say all the time, like, oh, this shirt's got a hole in it, whatever, I don't care. And I don't care. And I guarantee if I was at the gym, I probably would care a little more, but not as much as some people do about making sure they look good. Gym's not for looking good, going to the gym. Gym is to utilize to make you look good. And get healthy, in shape, but yeah, anyway. So, yeah, if you don't have the equipment, go to a gym. Again, I'll mention the friend that I had who used to live down here. I told him to come to the gym with me because I'm like, come to the gym with me, come on. Because he was very surprised that I lost so much weight real fast. He was like, oh, I got to start working out again. Kid doesn't have an ounce of fat on him ever in his whole life. I've known him since I was 5. Not an ounce of fat on him, but he can't gain weight. I said, I'm like, do my routine, you'll gain weight. You may not gain it easily because of his high metabolism. That's just kind of how it happens. But I can put some weight on you. Let's go to the gym. He goes, oh, I'm not in good enough shape to go to the gym. I'm like, what the hell do you mean not good enough shape? You're in better shape than I am. He said, no, I want to be a little bit bigger before I go to the gym. Like, you understand that's what a gym is for. I know. I'm just going to use this thing. Okay. With my son's issue, he's exactly the same way. Can't put any weight on. Right now he's having a contest with his friends. Those of his friends that are overweight have to lose a certain amount of weight. I think they got to lose 18 pounds by a certain date. And I forget what the reward or consequences are. I don't know. They're 21. It could be either or, rewards or consequences. I don't know. But the ones that can't put on weight have to put on 18 pounds. So of course the kid that's really, really heavy set is crushing it because, you know, obviously what I said earlier about, you know, the bigger you are, the more fat you'll lose. Thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Thank you. Let's see, Black Magic. Thank you. So yeah, that's they're having and that's cool. But my son, who was in volleyball, he wanted to put on some extra weight. One, so we could jump a little higher, and 2, so we could kind of crush that. He's a few inches taller than me, little bastard. No, I'm glad he's taller than me. Honestly, I've always been glad he was going to be taller than me. Everybody on my dad's side is over 6'1", 6'1". Everyone, there's only one left. Well, my aunts, they're both about this tall, but I have twin aunts. Then I have 4 guys, and as they were all siblings. My dad and his 3 brothers, they were all over 6'2". All of them. And I think the oldest was like 6'4", 6'5". But then again, I could be wrong. I only seen him in a picture when they were younger, like kids, teenage. He was a teenager. But my Uncle John, my Uncle Jim, my dad, they're all big bone too. I mean, massive freaking hands. My dad wore size 12 shoes. That was huge. I mean, he wasn't huge. He was 6'2", but big guy. Mom 5'1", her dad 5'7". But every guy on my ex-wife's side of the family, all over 6'5". Same thing. They had 6 kids too. There were 6 siblings in that group and 6 siblings in my group, each having a set of twins. So I tell my kids, one of you two is gonna have twins. My daughter's like, no. I also told them no kids until I'm at least 50. Like, you had us when you were 20, so I don't care what I did. You're waiting until I'm 50. Which unfortunately is not that far away anymore. Ugh. But to me, I can't do the grandfather thing. I mean, if I do have, I would have loved him just as much, but I just don't. 50. 50 is like the earliest age for a grandfather, at least to me. That's how I see it. I'm not trying to make fun of you and say you guys or anything bad about those of you who are already grandparents, and before that, things happen. So, but yeah, I'm like, all right, let's do a routine. So we did my old routine, which is just basically this routine condensed. Okay, all exercises that I do in the week. So all chest exercises were done twice a week. All shoulders were done twice a week. So everything, instead of splitting it up half and half, all of them were done twice a week. We did 3 sets of 10. We'd warm up with the same Turbo Jam videos just to get warm. 3 sets of 10. And then we went to the reverse pyramid, which is exactly what I did the time before. He put on about 5 pounds of muscle in 3 months. For somebody who could not put on weight, and even going to the gym at school with the volleyball team and having coaches and things there. He's like, well, what are they doing? He goes, well, we just do like 2 sets of 10. Nope. He looked at me, I'm like, what? He goes, 2 sets of 10 are going to do, I mean, they'll do stuff for people that can gain weight easily. Sure. But for you, 2 sets of 10 isn't going to help you. You need to blast them a little more. So 3 months, he put on about 5 pounds of muscle. For somebody who can't gain weight, that actually is pretty good. So, but like I said, we did this routine just condensed. Okay, we just did everything twice a week as opposed to splitting up the exercises twice a week. Which you can do, but because I hurt my elbow, but I was also doing everything 3 times a week when I hurt my elbow, so that was probably part of the problem. I hurt my elbow. I wanted to make this more of a routine thing, and I believe doing it this way is going to work, and so far it has shown that it is working. And as we go into the segments where we're increasing weights and increasing sets, we'll start to see that it's going to work exactly as designed. Hopefully it will work exactly as I designed it. And again, it's not really my design. It's just I picked and chose the exercises I want to do and how I wanted to do them based off of research that I have done and exercises that I have done throughout my life. So, yeah. So, all of that basically just to say this has been a good 6 weeks. Tomorrow we start the 2 of 15 segment. So we're done with the 1 of 30. We're still doing 30 reps. We're just splitting it in half. All the weight is going up regardless of how I felt about how it felt. Because before, obviously, from week 1 till week 4, you were doing 1 set of every exercise a week. 30 reps, but you really don't feel it until you hit about 22 to 25. But once you get to 25, and you just finish the set, you're like, oh, I could have probably done 5 more pounds. But since you're not feeling it until about 22 to 25, you're really not going to know right off the bat if that's going to be the right weight. So we have to adjust it for next week. We make our little notes, like, yep, that was good, I'm going to do that again next week, or like, I need to add a couple more pounds for the next week. Same notes we did on the last week. For this week, like I have it written down right here, I did 40 pounds on my bench press with 30 reps, and I put a plus sign next to it. That means if I was doing one of 30 again this on Monday, I would do 45 pounds. That's if I was doing 1 of 30. But since I'm doing 2 of 15, that's 45 is now going to 50 for the first set. And then I can make, the nice thing about this having sets is that you can make any adjustments you needed between sets. All right, obviously if you can't get the weight up on the first set, you can't get 1 or 2 of them out, you got to make the adjustment right off the bat. But going from where we started to this one, we'll know if that's too much or too little. Most likely it will not be too much, because if I'm not going to really feel 45 pounds until I hit about 22 to 25 reps, I'm definitely not going to feel 45 pounds between the 10 to 12 that we're going to need to feel it on the 2 of 15. So we'll start with 50 pounds tomorrow on the bench press, and if it doesn't feel heavy enough, by the time we get to 10 to 12, we're already at pretty much at the end of the set. We're going to finish the last 3 reps, and then we'll add an extra 5 pounds or something for the next set. So we can make minor adjustments each time as we need to during that workout, and then we'll start increasing weight a lot faster, which will also mean that we'll start increasing muscle mass a lot faster, because we have that extra set to make adjustments. So if you've been following me, great. If not, that's cool too. I know people keep jumping in and out of here, and that's fine. But I know I haven't done the workout yet, my stretch yet, but all of my videos as of yesterday's workout, these are all being live streamed on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and I'm recording it for YouTube. Was honestly going to live stream on YouTube and not record it. I really wasn't going to deal with Twitch, just because I didn't have an account on Twitch, but I can't live stream off a mobile device. I don't have a computer down here that has a webcam. So I'm just recording it, but then again, that way I can also make edits to the video, put text over the screen, any extra information. So if I want to stand over here, I gotta make sure. See, on the lives, it's a mirror image, so if I move to my right, it just moves with me to the right, which technically this is my right hand, so you guys seeing that would be my left hand. If I had something right across my chest, you know that it would be backwards. However, on my camcorder, if I had something right across my chest, left to right, it would read, even in my display, my LED LCD display, it would read proper. So when I go like this, it goes that way, but when I go like this, it goes that way. I know that kind of looks weird on that one, on the YouTube video. But for you guys live, if I step to my right on the LCD screen, it goes left. So it's basically the reason why you don't use your selfie camera in reverse mode unless you're standing perfectly in the center of the frame. I've tried using the reversed image to make videos in my hallway, and I'm like, I can't get the goddamn thing straight. Anyway, so yeah, like on the camcorder on YouTube, if I want to stand here where I'm standing now and go like this and say, here's my before and after picture for the first 6 weeks, which I'm going to put up there on the YouTube screen at this point in time. I can overlay it, and then I have all the good fun stuff. Plus I put my weights on there, put the exercise that I'm doing on the bottom. I'll put set 1, set 2, and what I'm deciding for the next week to do. So I put all the notes on that, so it works out better that way. But yeah, every video that I have made from, which is 7 days a week, from April 11th until yesterday, is already up on YouTube in the workouts folder. Okay, on TikTok and YouTube, I have a video playlist called Fitness Journey. All the videos in there are the same, mostly results videos, progress videos. It does explain exactly what I'm doing. There is a video in there that explains the workout entirely from the whole year-long routine, and the reasoning why that I'm doing it. So you can find those on there. And for those of you on Instagram, obviously I just recently posted before and after pictures, progress pictures basically each week, along with my results, progress videos, and highlight reels as well. There are also highlight reels. Each week has a highlight reel. Basically it's like 2 seconds of each exercise that I'm doing, or in this last week's case, 2 seconds of like 8 of the exercises that I did in those videos, which that'll be posted either later today or tomorrow, depending on how long it takes to download today's video off of TikTok, because that's a bitch for some reason. I don't get it. It takes forever, starting and stopping, restopping for it to actually work. Same thing on the computer too. It's weird. The first week I recorded. I downloaded the first week, like all 7 days, and like it took like 30 seconds. I don't understand why. Maybe because it's so far behind. I don't know. But yeah, so Instagram has before and current pictures and highlight reels and results videos explaining like, this is what I did this week. This is what I did. You know. YouTube has everything. TikTok has the results, the highlights, and everything else that I do. So, and Twitch is just there being Twitch. So, all right. Now that I wasted too much time, I didn't want to waste. I'm going to restart. So if you're still there, Jax, on Instagram, I am restarting Instagram because I only have an hour. Come on. See, this bothers me. Like, now it worked. Now it worked. Like, I should be able to just hit the back button. I should be able to hit the back button and it should go away. But it's like, discard video. I'm like, I don't want to discard the video. Even though I have no need to keep the archive of it. So I don't think you can actually go and look at the archives if you're somebody watching my page. Plus, I don't even utilize them just because the angle's weird. I use the TikTok ones to make my highlight reels. So it doesn't matter if I keep it, discard it, whatever. But they only stay for like 30 days on Instagram. They stay for 90 days on TikTok. I don't know how long they stay for on Twitch. But again, all the videos are there on YouTube. I don't know why I did that. All right, so I said last week I was going to probably try out the that like really ripped shredded dudes video for stretching, mobility, and flexibility, whatever. But not in the mood. I want a relaxing one. So hopefully this is a relaxing one. That's what it says. This says the title of this one is it says Day 28, 30-minute stretch, relax and recover workout. Mobility, no equipment, no repeat. It's the weird thing about YouTube titles. They're always like long and explaining. This is by Growing Ananas. Growing Ananas. Ananas, I believe, are pineapples. Ananas? I think. Is that right? Those are pineapples. That's the proper way of saying pineapples in other languages. Anana, something like that. But anyway, that's the name. Growing Ananas. Growing Annanas. I wonder if her name is Anna. But that's the video I'm using. It's a 30-minute stretch. The total time looks like it's 30 minutes and 33 seconds. 30 minutes and 13 seconds. I got my glasses on. I can't even see it. And it looks like her mat is set up this way, and the preview shot is her doing a plank with her butt facing you guys. So my butt would be facing you. I try to turn them and face the opposite way, then they do these weird twisty things and it gets me all messed up. So I'm just going to follow along as is. If you guys want to watch, great. If not, that's fine too. And yes, this will be tagged as well with the exact title in my YouTube video, along with the link directly to her page to make sure she gets credit for the audio, the background, and for me doing her stretch. Which obviously is free for everybody to watch on YouTube if you like the stretch that we're doing. I have not tried this out yet. I know I'm kicking myself at the end of these because not everyone is exactly what I want them to be, but whatever. And again, my goal for next week is to get my bitch ass down here. Go back to the beginning. At 9 o'clock. Because, like I said, if I miss lunch, then if I miss going out for lunch because I DoorDash, then I don't make a lot of money for the day. Even though lunch doesn't pay a lot, it just, I don't get a lot. Lunch is a very short time period. But it seems like if I'm not out at lunch, I don't make as much after lunch that I normally do. And that has really nothing to do with it. It just seems how that works for me. So I have to get down here in time. I have to shut up at 2. So. All right, so yeah, we're gonna give this one a shot. It says relax, so that's the point of the end of the week stretch, is to relax. I don't think she's talking very much. I don't think she's talking at all. I might not be okay with that. Caught up in my feelings, messed up in my smile. Something in your smile, it makes me wanna come over. Can I come over? I wanna come over. Thinking about your ocean. Swimming pool is closed in. I'm in the deep end. The waves are washing. She's not talking, so I have to watch her. I know I'm not sober. Can I come closer? I wanna come over. When you leave me like that, girl, don't do me like that. Ooh, when I think about that, I'll be coming right back home. Like that, no. I know you wanted some closure. You said you wanna move forward. I know we're not done. I'm thinking about our moments. I know I'm not sober. Can I come closer? I wanna come over. Like that, girl, don't do me like that. Ooh, when I think about that, I'll be coming right back home. Girl, don't do me like that, no. You know what's up? Your favorite lover. Just hit me up. Now quad stretch. Wow, that could be good. how she's doing it. But since she's not giving me props, she's giving props, but she's not saying how she's doing it. And she's wearing black pants. It's hard to see which arm she's using on which leg.
You make it hard to leave. We're telling secrets in the dark while drinking whiskey neat. I would fall in a second if you let me. 'Cause you're all that I want. Could you let me?
So now we're just gonna go down this.
Was the last drink, but I don't wanna leave. I wanna get closer. Don't want this night to be over. I wanna get closer. It's not over. Yeah, we could go back to my place. 'Cause I don't wanna waste no precious time. So let's go back to my place. If it's only for tonight, let's make it count. I love it how you touch feels. I love it how you look at me in my place. No, I don't wanna waste no precious time. You said the last kiss was the last kiss. Make it hard for you to leave. We're telling secrets in between the sheets. I don't want you to leave. I would fall in.
So now we're going to pigeon.
'Cause you're all that I want. Could you let me?
Bring your leg like
The
this.
last drink was the last drink, but I don't wanna leave. I wanna get closer. Don't want this night to be over. I wanna get closer. It's not over.
When you do this, you want to lean forward with your hips more so than
'Cause I don't wanna waste
that'll
no
push against your leg, which will stretch the glute out.
if it's only for tonight, let's make it count. I love it how you touch feels. I love it how you look at me in my place. No, I don't wanna waste no precious time. Don't waste no precious time. Go back to my place. Don't waste no precious time. Go back to my place. Don't waste no precious time.
Alright, so we're going to switch the other way to the lunge stretch. Right leg. I have a feeling I'm getting a copyright claim on this music.
I love it how you touch feels. I love it how you look at me in my place. No, I don't
Which is fine.
waste no precious time. I've been thinking about the good times. I've been sleeping through the long night. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how long.
So now you want to grab your left ankle with your right hand and pull for a quad stretch.
Sit higher than the ceiling, all because of you. You know, so sweet, talking till we asleep. Every night I fall deep, alive. But you really get me, make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deep, alive. Wait a minute, don't you leave me
does like this, and then she's got it like this.
I've got feelings about you. Oh, yeah. Butterflies every time I'm with you. Oh, yeah. I don't wanna push you farther away, no. I don't wanna play no games. I just wanna call, see if we're okay, babe. All I wanna ask you is, I don't wanna push you farther away, no. I don't wanna play no games. I just wanna call, see if we're okay, babe. All I wanna ask you is, are you down for?
And now into a full cobra. This is to stretch out your abs. You want to keep your shoulders down when doing this. That doesn't do anything for you. Now we're going to do cat and cow. This is cow.
This is cat.
And you just go back and forth. This is cow because if you've ever seen a cow, their back is usually arched like this. When you scare the cat gets angry, and it arches their back like that. Grab the needle, looks like so she's going like this here.
Yeah, that's it.
And this doesn't do really much for me. She starts up like this. Like this. Child's pose.
stretches. And the other side. Hamstring stretch, right leg.
Checking to see if Twitch cut me off because of the music.
Hamstring side stretch. Basically, we're just going from there. That's
stretch. These you want to bring your feet in as far as you can. Turn your toes out. And then you lean into it. From your hips. Although it doesn't really look she's doing much. She's just kind of sitting. Now she's moving. Firstly, I'll do one like this, and I'll do one out here, which actually has an extra stretch that this way. But this is her workout. So from here, I'm going to mirror image her. So she's doing this, and then slight back stretch. You want to keep your back straight when doing this. You don't want to bend over. Push my forearm.
The best of you was a no-show, even though I never thought so. I never knew you were with someone new. Memories change in slow-mo, like I was born with a GoPro. I never knew you were
Like I was born with a GoPro?
There are things that I can't ignore. Let go, let go.
But she's doing something the last girl didn't do. Even though I like the last workout, she's doing a tricep stretch. I mentioned at the end of the video last week. Basically, do this, grab your elbow, and pull as far as you can go. For me, that's like way back here. The other side.
Killing time in a so slow. Always like this when you're so low. Still having views. Counting on me. There are things that I can't ignore. Let go, let go. You're not the same.
This is normal for me. Is this weird to other people? I won't be able to move my arm without pushing it back. That's the weird thing too. basically the same thing as pigeon, just in a different position. Shoots right through here. Instead of using the floor and your body weight, you're pulling it back. But there's nothing wrong with extra glute stretches. And the other side. So again, leg over, ankle, knee, grab your leg, and pull back. Again, the key to this is you want to get your leg to turn. Don't pull too hard and hurt your knee, but so now we're going to do a double leg hamstring stretch. Which I don't like this one. If you got a belly, it kind of like, yeah. It is harder to do a double leg one than a single leg one. And I believe that's done. Yeah, we're done. Okay, overall that wasn't a bad stretch. I avoided a couple other videos, stretching videos, because they said no talking, and I would really prefer someone to be speaking and audibly giving commands for those. So I don't got to keep looking up. I know she had little, you heard the little bells, beep, and then she would show what's coming up next, like the main position, and then it would count back like 5, 6 seconds, and then she would, it would go beep again, and then she would do the move. So whenever those prompts came up, I tried my best to go over them for you, in case anybody was watching. Or in case somebody was following along, actually. I don't think anybody was, but that's fine. However, I think that was copyrighted music, and I'm surprised Twitch is still on. Apparently they don't catch everything, but that could have been Creative Commons music too, I don't know. I have yet to find anything on YouTube that actually has any lyrics to it. But then again, there's other places that you can get Creative Commons music with lyrics as well. So, for the most part, that stretch is really good. I'm definitely a big fan of this stretch, but not a lot of them do, which is fine. I can do it afterwards. Again, I will make my own stretch video eventually. You know, when I'm not so fat and get somebody to actually film it nicely. Then again, most of those YouTube ones, the camera's just in in place just like mine is over here. Just have better lighting. So if I get better lighting. Maybe better camera position, probably drop it down a little bit so it's more even. Then again, I would have to make sure, if it's that same spot, to make sure my whole body is completely in frame, which would mean I'd probably have to be back here to use my camcorder. Now I can use my phone. TikTok filters aren't really cool. I can use my phone. My phone from Instagram is actually looking pretty good too. Could just set that up and do it. Could probably set the phone over here where the TV is. I turn you, but I have to turn everybody. Put it there, and then I can do it here. Or I can put it here, and I can use that as a background, but it's completely dark over there. I have to put more lighting back over there, which isn't a big deal. I could probably just get a couple of those little desk lamps. Like I got over here, I have a desk lamp above the camcorder to light up this way a little more. And just attach them to the thing. Attach them to the wood beams here. That's how I got that one there. Did a couple of those, that would probably work. Background doesn't have to be good, or the unseen portion doesn't have to look good. Like all this crap over here. And for you, Twitch, you can see all the shit in my corner over here. And that's fine. I don't give a shit. It's a basement. It's made for storage. It has storage, and I just got the storage out of the way so I can work out. Yeah, so all in all, that wasn't a bad stretch. Again, I prefer somebody giving me vocal prompts, talking their way through it, actually instructing it. But whatever, that's fine. It was a decent stretch. You got everything, almost everything, perfectly fine. I'm probably a little more flexible than she actually was, according to the what she was doing. But then again, she could have just been doing them light and easy for the video. But if you noticed, my tricep stretches, most people are here. Just this does absolutely nothing for me. There's no stretch here. Kind of flaps it. So, yeah, all in all, it was a decent stretch. So, again, I will make sure that was Growing Ananas. That's her name. So I'm sure she had an entire workout over yoga. Some I haven't watched her platform, but she has some sort of fitness platform going on. That was, according to the title, it started with day 28. So I'm assuming she has kind of like what I'm doing here, where I put like week 1, day 1, 6, day 7. That's what today is. So it wasn't horrible. Yeah, I probably wouldn't pick that music. Not that it was bad music. I just, again, like I mentioned, usually every time I do a stretch, I prefer like the Zen type music, the relaxing body, mind, heart type stuff. Honestly, one of my favorite relaxation tapes that I ever had. I said tape. I bet. Like that. Hang on. Hang on, I'm still here. Although the tape's not in here. I'm sure it's in that same box. Put it here on, it was on Twitch, but again, it's backwards on you guys. I don't know if anybody's watching anyway. Pacific Blue. There we go. Turn it that way. There we go. So it's remember back in the if you're my age or older, if you're old like me, very big, very common to have like, I don't want to say it was classical music, but it was very Zen type music, very relaxing type music, and having ocean sounds, you know, overlaid over the music, or music put to the ocean sounds. Like I think there's a few on there where you just hear waves crashing and seagulls in the background, and have some music come in. Obviously, there's other ones where it's whale songs and things like that. Those are very relaxing. It's very relaxing, especially somebody who loves like the ocean and stuff. Honestly, in high school, I wanted to be a marine biologist. Then I wanted to be a geneticist. And then I wanted to be an paleontologist. Well, obviously after Jurassic Park, I wanted to be a paleontologist. An archaeologist. And then I wanted to be a biology teacher. And then I did none of that shit, because I didn't go to college. Here I am, making YouTube videos for you people. Yay. I'm only 44. My mom is 70. I'm 44. My mom is 77. And she is finishing up college. And here I am like, I'm too old to do this shit. I have people on my Facebook that are my age or older that are finishing up degrees and stuff. And I'm sitting here like, you just gotta, I gotta work, I gotta work, I gotta work. I'll make videos, I'll do this, I'll do this. Instead of using some of that time to better myself and like, go get an HVAC. My brother got an HVAC certification. He got a 4.0 in his HVAC thing, and he sucked in school. Like totally, he like flunked out completely. Did you do anything with that certification? No. Why? Because he's so introverted, he can't really talk to people. And every time he went to an interview to get a job doing it. They wanted to intern, you know, which when he was doing it, you know, interning is no money, or apprentice, which was minimum wage. He's like, this is supposed to be making like $23 an hour. I'm like, not as an apprentice. You have to, these things you got to start as an apprentice. You have to start as an apprentice. You're not just gonna say, oh, you're just out of school. Great, here you go. Here's a $50,000, $60,000 work by yourself shit. Go ahead. No, you have to learn the ropes, learn what they want, do this stuff. He goes, well, I couldn't get a job because they all want me to sell stuff. They're all like, here, sell me this pen. So sell them the pen. Well, I'm not a salesman. I'm like, you understand that part of your job is you're going to go down to fix a furnace and realize it's broken, and then you have to sell them something else to install. You're not just going to install somebody else. You're going to call your boss and say, yeah, it's broken, they need a new one. Cool, tell them that. No, you do it. The fuck am I paying you for? You know, you're in their house, you're the one they're dealing with, you're the one who needs to talk to them. That's your job. Unless you want to be an apprentice your entire life, then you're not making any money and you're wasting your certificate. I'm not a salesman. You don't have to be a salesman. You have, everything you do, you sell yourself. You sell yourself on everything. I'm selling myself on these, and I'm probably not doing that great of a job, but because I'm just being goofy and stupid. But if I really wanted to make these videos something, I could shut the fuck up about everything else I'm talking about, and I could just talk about the fitness stuff, and I could be very professional about it and have a bit more professional demeanor the entire time. I could make sure that I'm wearing nicer clothes. I could make myself look better. Instead of being like, I don't care, I'm just down, do what you want. This is more casual than anything else. But I could 100% make this selling myself on this. I probably should. But I like being more personable, which I can still be personable and sell myself. But anyway, I'm like, so you're selling the pen. You tell them, I'm like, well, what do you need a new pen for? Why do you need a new pen? Don't sell them on the, but they want you, people got that backwards. They have the whole thing backwards. They want you to go over the features of the pen to sell them. You know, this pen here, you know, it has the clicky thing. You know, it's got a nice rubber grip. You know, plastic, it's comfortable, it's lightweight. They want you to say, they want you to buy this pen. This is the Uniball that writes upside down and all the other fun stuff and smooth writing, versus this cheap. 4 of these pens probably cost the same as 25 of these pens. So they want you to buy this one. So they want you to sell this pen versus this pen. Basically, in that case, yes, you need a new furnace, okay? But I can sell you this one. You know, I can see the direct replacement of this one, which it's not the same thing because that's out of stock, that's discontinued. But I can get you one similar. It's going to cost about this amount of money. However, what I'm going to suggest is this one, because it has these extra features. It's a little more money, but the warranty's better, the whatever's better, all this other shit better, and then you sell them on it. You don't got, it's a soft sale. These are soft sales. People need stuff, it's a soft sale. It's like working in a car dealership. If you're a salesman, it's a hard sale. They're coming in not wanting to talk to you, but they want to buy something. So it's a hard sale. So you have to make it, you know, the best thing possible. Now, if you're in the service department, they come in, my brakes are squealing. You need new brakes. Well, how long can I go? How long do you want to live? I wouldn't talk, depends on your rapport with the customer. I'm like, how much longer do I got? I'm like, yeah, you got about 2 millimeters. How long will that last me? 5 minutes? 5 days? 5 weeks? Depends on how much you drive, how hard you brake. Judging by the last service appointment you had for brakes, you replaced the brakes, you're riding pretty hard. So I'm not going to trust them much longer than that. Pretty soon they'll be grinding. They start grinding, things start falling apart, start grabbing wrong, and then you're going to get into an accident. It's a soft sale, but you give them the cold hard truth, you know, and then they buy it. All right, you don't want to pussyfoot around. That's a real word, youngins. You don't want to pussyfoot around safety issues. Okay. Your air filter, you need a new air filter. Can I wait till next time? Absolutely. Now, if they get to like the point where it's completely coated in shit, no, you can't. You know, because I would have technicians bring me the air filter every 15,000 miles. Like, they're due for an air filter and they'll throw it at the desk. I'm like, put that fucking thing back in the car. Well, I'm just going off the maintenance schedule. Okay, cool. Did they need it? No. Then don't bring it to me. I know you make money off doing stuff, but you wasted more time bringing this to me than it would have for you to install it. I'm like you would get paid to install it. So you're wasting time bringing it to me going to go check on that, you going back there and start working on this stuff, and then going in the air filter from the back, putting it in, replacing it, and all that other shit, and then writing it up that you replaced it. It's not worth your time if they don't need it. You get paid. Technicians get paid flat rate, which means they get paid per the job they're doing. So an air filter most of the time pays like 0.1, 0.2 of an hour. By the time I get all this shit done, you waste that much time. But yeah, they'll bring me a perfect, like a damn near clean air filter just because it's due. I'm like, no, put it back. I'm not going to make them spend $50 on an air filter if they don't need one. That's how you get customers to trust you when you're honest with them. Say, you were due for your air filter. And usually every time most of the time I will take it out to them and I'll say, it's your air filter. It's due every 15,000 miles. As you can see, it's still pretty damn clean. I'm not going to recommend that you get one this time. Okay, I appreciate it, thank you. And then when you come back with, hey, your brakes are shit, they buy brakes because they trust you because you're not selling them bullshit. It's the same thing with this stuff. You just have to sell, you're selling the product, you're not selling yourself. It's a soft sale. I think he's now working at, I don't talk to my siblings. But I think, as the last time I talked to him, he was working as a maintenance man in a trailer park or something like that. So I guess he did put a little bit that to use finally. It took him getting married to his old high school sweetheart, which is cool. I'll give him that. They kind of have a little love story. I can't stand her, but not because she's bad for him. I can't stand her because she's I don't care. She is. She didn't like the relationship me and my brother had, which is me picking on him and him taking it. I'm the older brother, but my picking on him was out of love, and I wasn't always just, it wasn't picking on him that got her mad. It's the fact that I would call him out and be straightforward with him about getting a job because he wouldn't get a job. He's got issues. He's got mental issues, not bad mental issues. He's got mental blocks. And it's all it was, because now he's doing everything he said he couldn't do 10 years ago, and he's 10 years older. It's because he was depressed. He was in his mood. I'm like, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. And she'd be on Facebook, and you need to be nicer to your brother. You need to shut the fuck up. I'm like, I'm the only, he needs to hear this. I'm the only one who's not coddling him and making him female, because he was in a bad place. He was living in a friend's basement working for that friend, what do you really call him, a friend, roughly making about $40 a week to live off of. Granted, he didn't have to pay rent or anything, or any bills or anything from there, but he was making about anywhere between $40 to $200 a week, helping the dude cut keys as a independent contractor to car dealerships to get cheaper keys than having to pay the dealership for. They usually call those guys when they have keys need cut that aren't from that dealership. So like a Honda dealership would utilize one to get a Ford key, as opposed to sending it to Ford to get the key cuts. They would utilize that to make it cheaper. But yeah, he wasn't paying my brother shit. So I'm like, you need to get off your fucking ass and go get a job with a degree. Well, they want me to sell shit, then fucking sell it. She didn't like that. She was screaming at me, and then when I called her a bitch, she stopped talking to me. So, fuck her. Good for them. Good for her getting him straight. But I don't like the bitch. She looks like Isma from The Emperor's New Groove, just younger. And not as skinny. Anyway, I'm being mean for no reason. So my whole thing is anti-hate. I don't hate her. I just don't like her. You know that song about, what is it, Lila Womack? Hello. Leanne Womack. I don't like her. I'll think of a reason later. I have reasons. I don't hate her, but I don't like her. So I don't know. Whatever that is. It's been a while since I heard that song. Yeah, anyway. I don't know why I went on that kick. It's 1 o'clock. Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the same usernames. My preferred method of communication will be through TikTok, but I will respond to any comments on the other platforms as well. But I would prefer if you direct it to TikTok, either on my Fitness Journey playlist or using the Q&A feature, so I can make a video reply. That's my preferred. But like I said, whatever you prefer communicating on, whatever you're watching me on, if you wish to communicate with me, I will respond at my earliest convenience, as suitable for the platform that I'm on. 1 o'clock alarm! It usually doesn't get busy on Sundays until like sometime around 2 o'clock anyway. The church crowd has to go home and get settled and all the other stuff. And the sleeper inners get up a little later on Sundays. We don't go to church. So, I'm not worried about it. Anyway, once again, the end of the week, end of this first segment. Just going to go real fast one more time, make it quick. I started this on April 11th at 201 pounds, 201.8 pounds. I am down to 190.4. That is a loss of 11.4 pounds. My body fat percentage started at 32.5%. I am down to 27.4% as of this morning. That is a 5.1% loss. And my waistline started at 46.25 inches, right around here. As of this morning, I'm down to 43, I keep saying that, 43.5 inches. That is a loss of 2 3/4 inches in 6 weeks. So that is basically right on pace with a decent workout program.